Happy Thursday, Saints fans. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And before we get into today's show, I want to get the gauge of the Who Dat Nation. Shout out your city, because Saints fans, it's not a Who Dat city. It's not a Who Dat state. It's a Who Dat Nation. So shout out your city. Let me know where you're watching from. And without further ado, let's get into today's show. So today's show is going to mostly be about A.T. Perry. When in the back half of the show, we are going to talk about some training camp dates, some news around training camp, and there's also some dates that the Saints fans get to join. So we're going to be breaking down all of those as well, but I wanted to talk about A.T. Perry to start today's show off because I was very intrigued when the Saints traded up to go and get the wide receiver out of Wake Forest, traded away Adam Trautman to the Denver Broncos, but I think A.T. Perry is going to be a stud. In my personal mock draft, I had him going in the 4th round to the Saints. I mean, isn't that insane? But A.T. Perry could show out at training camp and earn a bigger role in 2023. He is a guy that could be a stud, and he's already been showing a lot of promise at training camp or at mini camp and OTAs. He's a prototypical X-receiver size. He has that 6'5", 212-pound build. The dude is a monster of a human being. And he joins a very strong wide receiver room, which features Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Bryan Edwards, Tre'Quan Smith. I know saying Tre'Quan Smith in there as a strong wide receiver group, like maybe that's like, Jumbo Shrimp or what. Point being, he is in a group with a lot of wide receivers, James Washington as well. And I like that he joins a wide receiver room with a lot of depth and a lot of talent and a lot of veteran depth because it gives him time to figure out exactly what his role will be on the New Orleans Saints. And he can find out how to excel in it, and he can work on it with very minimal pressure. It's not like he's Chris Olave coming in as a number 12 overall pick or an early first-round pick and having to be the guy when you get into the doors. So I like that A.T. Perry has a lot less pressure, and that's why I think this rookie is going to be very interesting as a prospect for the Saints. And in terms of his combine results, we're going to just kind of talk a little bit of the draft numbers, a little bit of that kind of stuff as well, because I think it does paint a picture for what A.T. Perry is capable of. 4.47 40-yard dash, 1.59 10-yard split, vertical jump at 35, his broad jump 11 feet and 1 inch. And his measurable 6'5", 253 pounds, 32-inch long arms. So that's kind of what he came in as at college. Now he's sitting around 6'5", 212. It's kind of just one of those things where like the weight is, every website's going to be different, but he's around that 212, 220 range. However, I think that A.T. Perry is a very intriguing player, especially with that 32-inch arm length. I mean, that's going to be fun. You got to love that. But if you want A.T. Perry to ball out for the New Orleans Saints this year, type his jersey number in the comment section, 17. Something that we like to do here at Saints Now by Chat Sports, it's all about the fans. We love this fan interaction. We love getting your thoughts. We love having you guys share your football IQ and show off your acumen. So let us know whether or not you like A.T. Perry. Type 17 in the comment section. Share your thoughts on the draft pick as a whole and get in that comment section and make it active like you're at Pado's or you're hanging out on Bourbon Street. All right, so A.T. Perry, whenever he joined the New Orleans Saints, he said, I'm a playmaker, I'm a baller, I love football. I just want to come in and make a difference. And that's something that I love about A.T. Perry because he just wants to come in and help the team win. He's not coming over here saying, I want to be the guy. I want to be the number one. I want to be the one who wins us a Super Bowl. No. He's saying, I want to contribute to this team. I want to make a difference. And I want to be the reason that the team finds success, not just him. And in terms of scouting Perry a little bit more, he tracks the football incredibly well. It's like his eyes are always glued to the football. Even when his back is turned to the quarterback, he knows where the ball is. It's incredible. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a Chris Olave because he just could put his hands in the right spot to get that ball. He also, giggity by the way, he also has really good body control. He can turn and contort his body to be able to come down with a catch, especially on poorly thrown passes. He's very good in contested catches, and we've actually seen that a little bit in training or in mini camp. I keep saying that, producer Steeps. I don't know what's going on. It's a Thursday. It's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend. But in minicamp and in OTAs, he has shown a lot of flashes in his contested catches. And he also did that a lot as a Demon Deacon. And he also has very quick acceleration, and he's very explosive. And fun fact about A.T. Perry, back in high school, he was the all-country long jump champion. It's kind of cool. It's pretty dope. And he had a relative athletic score of a 9.62 out of 10. He has a great size and speed combination. I just love what A.T. Perry is able to do. And look at the numbers. So look at these, and I'm going to talk about a different year real quick. So you see 2021, 2022 on the screen. But in 2020, this guy had just 15 receptions. He had 211 yards and 1 touchdown. The following year, he goes to 71 receptions, almost 1,300 yards. He averaged over 18 yards per catch, 15 tutties, and a long of 69. Very nice. Then he also, in 2022, he had 81 catches, 1,096 yards, just under 1,100 yards, 13.5 yards per catch, 11 touchdowns, and almost 69 yards again. Almost very nice. So A.T. Perry is one of those players. The numbers speak for themselves. When he's given the opportunity to ball out, that's what he's capable of doing. And I think that A.T. Perry is somebody that he's athletic. He's one of those guys who's going to come in and make a difference. And he shows a lot of flashes in his athleticism and in his size and with the strength and catchability. I love this pick for A.T. Perry. I was so excited when the Saints got him in the 6th round nonetheless. So before we get into the rest of today's show, guys, subscribe. First of all, subscribe. But I'm going to Mexico this weekend. Got a little family trip with the down to Cancun. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to be out of the studio. However, I'm working hard every single day right now to get you guys videos for next week. I already have a handful of videos filmed, so we're going to have stuff covered for you all throughout next week when I'm out of town. And y'all know about the Saints luchador mask. Y'all know the whole story behind this. When I was like 9, I went to Mexico and bought this mask, and I've had it ever since, and I've never had a reason to wear it, but this job gave me an opportunity to wear it. So I'm going to try and get a new one. And maybe we'll even raffle this one away in a live show. So if you want to try to join that, or if you want to just stay informed on the New Orleans Saints, subscribe. And also, for every sub we pick up, I'm going to be eating a taco, or maybe even taking a tequila shot. Who knows? It's vacation, all-inclusive. What are you going to do? But I'm going to be doing some tacos. I'm going to be drinking some tequila. I'm going to be having a good time. So if you want to see every subscriber I pick up or on today's video, I'm going to eat a taco. I'm going to post me eating those tacos on my Instagram and Twitter. So hit me up at TraceGirouard48 on both platforms. All right. To round today's show out, we got some team news for the New Orleans Saints. So before we get to that, I want to round out my thoughts on A.T. Perry, though, because I thought Bleacher Report had a very interesting write-up on A.T. Perry. Maurice Moton said, the Saints selected Perry in the 6th round of this year's draft, and he's an intriguing fit with Derek Carr because he's 6'5", 205 pounds, who ran a 4.47 40-yard dash time at the NFL Scouting Combine. With his combination of size and speed, he has the potential to turn heads at training camp. Remember, wideout Michael Thomas has played in just 3 games over the past 2 years because of injuries. If he's unable to stay on the field, Perry should join Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed in 3 wide receiver sets if Thomas avoids the injury bug. The Saints can move him into the slot and insert Perry on the outside for a bigger receiving trio and 11 personnel. And this is a guy who can run a lot of slants. He can run a lot of in-breaking routes, can run a lot of crossing routes, and he can run a lot of posts. He's not just a guy who's going to beat you downfield and get on those 9 routes and hit you deep and burn you and just get a huge chunk of yards. He's also going to tear you up across the slants. He's going to tear you up on in-cutting routes, on those curls, on those comebacks. I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit of using Michael Thomas in the slot because he's just such an effective catcher and he's such an effective receiver that it almost makes too much sense to use it. So I love A.T. Perry. I think it's going to be a really fun year for him. And guys, training camp dates have been announced. And if you plan on going to training camp, and even if you don't plan on going to training camp, you got to get this 2-pack t-shirt combo. It's on sale for 40% off if you use our link, chatsports.com/Saints combo. Do not forget to use our link, because if you don't use our link, How's Fanatics going to know that we sent you? You know, you help me out. I help you out by giving you Saints content almost every day. Help me out by using our link. It's going to be available in the comment section and the description of this video. Get this 2-pack t-shirt combo for 40% off. 2 t-shirts for 40% off. Come on, man. That's a great deal. All right, so let's get into today's team news. The 2023 training camp schedule has been announced, and there are 7 practices open to fans. So before we get to those dates of practices open to the Who Dat Nation, I want to just break down the important dates that we have coming up in New Orleans. As we film this on July 13th, Thursday, you can look at this and say, July 18th, the rookies are going to report to training camp. July 25th, camp opens for the veterans. On August 17th through 18th, you have joint practices with the Chargers. August 24th and 25th, you have joint practices with the Houston Texans. And August 13th, you have the preseason opener versus Kansas City. I can't believe that we're a month away from football. Seeps, I mean, oh my God. I'm about to turn on Friday Night Lights and just get it because I need football back so bad, guys. And if you're like me, you know, it's been tough trying to make it through this offseason, but I'm so pumped for Saints football. But if you're pumped for Saints football and you want to go check out them at training camp, you want to see what they're looking like in practice before they take the field on Sundays, you can go visit on July 28th, Saturday, July 29th, Monday, July 31st, Friday, August 4th, Saturday, August 5th, Sunday, August 6th, Thursday, August 10th. And as for the practice that they usually have at the Tulane Stadium or at the Superdome, it has not been announced yet, which hopefully that means it just hasn't been announced, not that they're just not doing it this year. I think that'd be crazy if they didn't, because that practice is open up to way more fans because it's just such limited seating at the over at the Saints practice facility at the Ochsner Health Center. But, you know, if they can make it out to the stadium, maybe I'll try and go. That'd be pretty fun, guys. Wouldn't that be a good time? But I'm excited for Saints training camp, and I hope that you are as well. So if you're excited, type Who Dat in the comments section. And as always, I hope you enjoyed today's content. Hit that thumbs up icon. Turn on your notifications. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time.